Hey friends, in the game app, you go over here, you'll see the content update preview within the game app, which I shared from the Discord earlier today. And it's quite detailed, explaining things and so on and so forth of what is going to be included in the content. We come out, we go to the events. In the event, we have received the update registration, which means in 6 days from now, it's going to come. Now, the summons are out for this coming weekend. Ancient summons doesn't have anything, which means not to waste a single summon on this nonsense. There's no hero, there's no 15x, and hence, why would anybody do this unless you've just started the game? For some players, this might be the indicator, but still not worth it. Neither is this worth it. Why? Because the cheeky fox LynX Marksman Piercer Northern faction is there in the summons. So she has been paired in a 15x drop rate along with Elowyn. So one new and one absolute must-have top hero. Many players would want to still pull over here to be able to get the awakenings if you already have her. So the point is, greed, you will get greed no matter what. So nothing great about greed. You will never use Scorch unless you are extremely free to play and not playing regularly, and hence if Scorch drops in, you have to level him up to be able to play. But if you're a regular free to play who spends zero, you will get good heroes through the summons, because for a regular playing person, there's enough summons through summon crystals of all types, the blue rares, the divine golden ones, and the ancients, and of course loads and loads of gems. Then this fellow, Osiren, well, one of the other things you can do is look over here and you can actually see that there's not much there being used. So you will never use Osiren also. On my free to play, zero spend. It's an insane account. So really, there is nothing one needs to look at all these three. They will drop into the game. This one is new, so obviously worth trying for. And she is an absolute must-have catch. She just changes the whole gaming experience. So this is the weekend's summon banner. Is it worth it? Well, if you're a new player, totally worth it. Anytime. If you are a beginner player, absolutely worth it, because she is worth getting. If you have her, then pause it if you're a beginner to mid player. Just pause it. Your account is not going to have any great impact by having an A1 or an A2 Elowyn. If you have her, then hold. This one, I haven't tested her, so I have no clue. One has to look at the test server guys, access guys, what they speak about her. There's no rating to understand, but I would like to believe LynX becomes extremely important, keeping in mind the 3 new stages that are coming in faction trials, where 100% possibility of having a marksman requirement. Very clear. And that is where LynX becomes extremely useful. There will be a requirement over there, for sure. 100%. So, having said that, she is worth targeting, and the best way to target is during this weekend. Now, what am I going to do? I have some summon crystals, so I'm going to offload those summon crystals on her. So I would like to believe I have some 23, 24, and by the time this arrives, I may get a few more, and I will offload. I want to see anything coming from the sign-in. Yeah, 2 coming in from there. So I have 23, 2 coming, so 25. I think those are the ones that I'm going to offload. Maybe about 30. So I will do 3 pulls of 10. That's it. If I get her, great. If I don't, I'll subsequently get her. What else can I say? That's it. So I would say for, why am I going there? So for a beginner to mid player, go for it if you don't have Elowyn. Otherwise, hold off. Because if you would not have reached the end stage of faction trials, and you really don't need this. There are better heroes out there who have got a proven track record, and they are more useful. This one from the card read looks really good, but for beginner to mid players, not required if you have Elowyn already. Hold off, you'll eventually get her. So that's the part. For advanced players, obviously, collectors, obviously, spenders, obviously, they will go for LynX to pick her up this particular weekend, and hence that it is. Now, there is a big one coming subsequently, and how do I know that? It's not that I have some internal info. I'm just applying common sense of the spiritual altar. So spiritual altar does not have a divine crystal, which means this is not the big spiritual altar. There are 2 types of spiritual altars that come, one 7,000 points and one 12,000 points, or even a massive 20,000 points if it has something extra. So this is a 7,000 point, and that one is 12 or 15. I'm not so clear, but I know the 7,000. 7,001 is a small one where prime reward are 2 legendary skill crystals. So that's the small one, and hence even the game does not give it too much weightage. Game is not expecting too many people to pull. The other part, arrival of heroes, is the past, which has just gotten over. We will closer to time see if there is an arrival of heroes that comes. It's a little early because this is just Tuesday, so we don't know. However, I'm using the spiritual altar to understand this particular part. Also, what is going to happen is there's going to be multiple sources from where crystals are going to come. Summon crystals like knives is coming. So I know that knives clearly will give me access to at least 6 over the 3-day period. So I will get 6 of these summon crystals from there. So I see about 30 to 35 or maybe even 40 because I'm forgetting the Titan dropouts. Why am I saying Titan? The Guild Boss dropouts. So maybe it will be 4 10x's because I would like to try for this one if I can get her. I would be extremely happy to get her, but even if I think mine is at A1, so we will go to A2, which is nothing significant. But okay, it is what it is. So I would suggest beginners, go for it. Mid players can actually hang on and wait for the subsequent one. That's how I would approach it, depending on where I am. I have left the station of mid play and I'm moving towards end play. So yeah, because most of my game is now end game. So I'm in the end game zone. I do have a roster, so that's where I am trying, but not going full hog with a pity and then giving myself a clear chance of going through a pity to be able to acquire this one. So let's see. It's pure luck. Even with pity, it is luck because some another hero can drop in and this one may not show up. That's exactly what has happened to me in so many ways. So, I mean, it's happened to all of us. So that's the story of this one. And that's about it. That's where I'm going to leave this. So there you go. The banner is out, and this is the banner. Good luck and cheers, and catch you soon in the next video.